Cambridge IGCSE Biology 061023 October-November 2021. Question number 1. An amoeba is a single-celled organism. The diagram shows an amoeba engulfing a food particle. Which characteristics of living organisms are shown? Option A. Excretion, movement and nutrition. Excretion is not occurring, so option A would be wrong. Option B. Excretion, nutrition and sensitivity. Option B also has excretion, so it would also be wrong. Option C. Movement, nutrition and sensitivity. Option C has all three correct. Option D. Movement, reproduction and sensitivity. Option D has reproduction which is not occurring, so option D would also be wrong. The correct answer would be option C. Question number 2. Two animals have an identical sequence of amino acids in one of their proteins found in their cells. What does this indicate about these animals? Option A. They have been eating the same type of food. By eating the same type of food, the sequence does not changes. So option A is wrong. Option B. They have not been exposed to substances that cause mutation, which would also be wrong. Option C. They must be members of same genus. Also wrong. Option D. They share an ancestor. Option D is the correct answer. Question number 3. The diagram shows two guard cells. Which label is correct? Label A says cell membrane, which is wrong because the outer wall is a cell wall. Label B says cell wall, which is wrong. It is cytoplasm. Option C says vacuole, which is correct. Option D says cytoplasm, which is wrong. So the correct option would be option C, vacuole. Question number 4. The length of a mitochondrion in a photomicrograph is 15 millimeters. What the actual length of the mitochondrion is 3 micrometer. What is the magnification of the photomicrograph? So first we would convert 3 micrometers to millimeters, which would be 3 over 1000 equal to 0.003 mm, and then to find out the magnification we would divide 15 by 0.003. 15 divide 0.003 would be 5000. So the correct option would be option C. Question number 5. The diagram shows some cells: cilia, cytoplasm, nucleus. Where are these cells found? Option A. Alimentary canal. Cilia is not present in alimentary canal, so option A is wrong. Blood. Cilia is also not present in blood. Option C. Bronchus. Cilia is present in bronchus. Option D. Plant roots, which is wrong. Cilia is not present in plant roots. So the correct option would be option C. Question number 6. In which diagram would oxygen diffuse into the cell? Option A says high concentration of oxygen inside the cell, low concentration outside the cell. Option B says high concentration inside the cell and high concentration outside the cell. Option C says low concentration inside the cell, low concentration outside the cell. Option D says low concentration inside the cell and high concentration outside the cell. So diffusion takes place from a higher concentration gradient to a lower one. The correct answer would be option D. Question number 7. Which statement about the role of the pressure of water in supporting plants is correct? Option A. The pressure of water inside the cells press inwards on the cell wall. It is wrong. Option B. The pressure of water outside the cells press inwards on the cell wall, which is also wrong. Option C. The pressure of the water inside the cells presses outwards on the cell wall, which is correct. The pressure of water outside the cells presses outwards on the cell wall, which is wrong. So the correct option would be option C. Question number 8. The bases on one of the strands of a DNA molecule have the sequence shown AATCTG. What is the corresponding sequence of the bases on other strand? So A would be T, TT, A, G, A, C. The correct option would be option D. Question number 9. In a photosynthesis experiment, a plant is left in bright sunlight for several hours. A leaf is then removed from the plant and tested for starch using iodine solution. The diagram shows the leaf from the plant that was used in the experiment. White area, green area. Which diagram shows the result of the experiment? So this is the green area. Key. Iodine solution turns blue-black. Iodine solution stays brown. So if starch is present, the iodine solution would turn blue-black. Starch is getting used up from the center of the cell, so the correct option would be option C. Question number 10. An experiment was carried out to investigate the effect of pH on enzyme action. The graph shows the results. Y-axis, X-axis. What are the labels for the X-axis and Y-axis? pH would be on X-axis, so option A and B, and rate of reaction would be on Y-axis. So the answer would be option A. Question number 11. 4 test tubes were set up as shown in the diagram. In which test tube is the starch digested most quickly? So one beaker has water bath at 15 degrees and one has water bath at 35 degrees. Both have starch solution and amylase, and both have starch solution and boiled amylase. Option B and D would get eliminated as the amylase has been denatured. The correct option would be option C, as the optimum pH for amylase is between 35 degrees Celsius to 37 degrees Celsius. Question number 12. Two similar leaves are set up in test tubes as shown. One is exposed to light while the other is kept in dark. Green leaf, black paper on one test tube. Orange, hydrogen carbonate indicator solution. After a few hours, which color would the hydrogen carbonate indicator solution be in each test tube? If photosynthesis occurs, CO2 is used up. The color would change to purple. So the option would be option B. Question number 13. The diagram shows part of a leaf cross section. Which cells carry out photosynthesis? So the cells that carry out photosynthesis are the ones with black dots, which is these cells and over here. So it would be option 2, 4 and 5. So the correct option would be option C. Question number 14. Which part of alimentary canal produces an enzyme that digests proteins? The stomach digests proteins, so the correct option would be option C. Question number 15. The diagram shows a large food molecule changing into smaller molecules. What is process X called? Option A, absorption, which is wrong. Option B, chewing, which is wrong. Option C, digestion, which is correct. Option D, excretion. So the correct option would be option C. Question number 16. How is the structure of root hair cells related to their function? Option A. They have chloroplasts for photosynthesis. Root hair cells don't have chloroplasts, so option A is wrong. Option B. They have their cell wall is partially permeable to absorb water by osmosis, which is wrong. Option C. They have a large surface area to increase the rate of mineral ion uptake, which is correct. Option D. Both the cell walls and cell membrane control the active uptake of mineral ions, which is wrong. So the correct option would be option C. Question number 17. In plants, how are amino acids moved between sources and sinks? So it is moved by translocation and through phloem tissues. So the correct option would be option C. Question number 18. Which component of blood produces antibodies? Option A lymphocytes, which is correct. Option B phagocytes, wrong. Option C plasma, wrong. Option D red blood cells, which is also wrong. So the correct option would be option A. Question number 19. The diagram shows the external structure of the human heart. Which label identifies a coronary artery? So coronary arteries supply blood to heart. The correct option would be option D. Question number 20. Which row shows what happens at the start of inspiration? Inspiration is taking a breath in. External intercostal muscles contract. Yes, is external intercostal muscles contract. So option A and B. Internal intercostal muscles contract, which is wrong. So option A and B again. The diaphragm contracts, which is correct. So option A and B again. Volume of thorax increases, which is correct. So option A and C. Air pressure in thorax increases, which is wrong. So option A and C. The correct option would be option A. Question number 21. Some features that help to defend the body against pathogens are listed. Number 1 mucus, number 2 skin, number 3 stomach acid, number 4 phagocytosis. Which features can prevent pathogens entering the body tissues? So mucus, skin and stomach acid prevent pathogens entering the body tissues. The correct option would be option B. Question number 22. The diagram shows the human gas exchange system. We can label these. One would be larynx, two would be trachea, number 3 would be bronchus, number 4 would be diaphragm. Which row shows the correct labels? So number 1 is larynx, option B and D. Number 2 is trachea, option B and D. Number 3 is bronchus, option A and B. Option 4 is diaphragm, option A and B. So the correct option would be option B. Question number 23. What is the equation for anaerobic respiration in yeast? So the equation would be C6H12O6, which is option A and C, and the products would be carbon dioxide and lactic acid. So the correct option would be option C. Question number 24. The diaphragm shows a kidney tubule. In which part of the tubule is the glucose concentration highest? So the correct answer would be option A. Question number 25. What happens to the muscles in the iris when a person moves from a brightly lit room to a dimly lit room? Option A. The circular muscles and the radial muscles relax, which is wrong as the radial muscles do not relax. Option B, the circular muscles contract and the radial muscles relax, which is wrong as both are opposite. The circular muscles and the radial muscles contract, which is wrong because the radial muscles relax. Option D, the circular muscles relax and the radial muscles contract. So the correct option would be option D. Question number 26. What happens when someone has a low blood glucose concentration? When someone has a low blood glucose concentration, in order to balance it, glucose is released from the liver. So the correct option would be option D. Question number 27. How can the development of antibiotic resistance in bacteria be reduced? Option A. Treating every disease with antibiotics, which is wrong as they would build resistance against the antibiotics. Option B. Treating infections caused by a virus with antibiotics, which is wrong as antibiotics cannot treat viruses. Option C. Using antibiotics only when essential, which is correct. Option D. Using antibiotics regularly to prevent diseases, which is wrong as they would build resistance against the antibiotics. So the correct option would be option C. Question number 28. A seed is placed and grown on a rotating disc as shown. Seed pinned to the constantly rotating disc. Which diagram shows the appearance of the seedling shoot after 7 days? The seed would grow straight as the disc is constantly rotating. So the correct option would be option A. Question number 29. The diagram describes the structural adaptation of wind pollinated flowers. Option A. They have long filaments so that the anthers hang outside of the flower, which seems correct. Option B. They have round, sticky sepals to trap pollen grains, which is wrong. Option C. Their large petals protect the stigma, which is wrong. Their stamens are feathery, so there is a large surface area, which is also wrong. The correct option would be option A. Question number 30. What are likely consequences of HIV infection? Number 1. Decreased lymphocyte numbers. Number 2. Reduced active immunity. Number 3. Reduced passive immunity. Number 1 and number 2 is correct. Number 3 is wrong. So the correct option would be option B. 1 and 2 only. Question number 31. Which row is correct for the type of cell? Type of cell, nucleus, sets of chromosomes. So the body has diploid nucleus and 2 sets of chromosomes, which is correct. The gamete has haploid and 1 set of chromosomes. The gamete has haploid and 2, which is wrong, 1, and body haploid 1, which is also wrong. The body has diploid nucleus and 2 sets of chromosomes. The correct answer would be option A. Question number 32. Which structures in bacterial cells synthesize proteins? Option A. Cell wall, which is wrong. Option B. Chloroplasts, which is wrong. Option C. Nucleus, which is wrong. Option D. Ribosomes, which is correct. So the correct option would be option D. Question number 33. A man with blood type Question number 33. A man with blood group AB and a woman with blood group O have a child. What are the correct percentages possible of the possible blood groups for this child? So it would be 50% A and 50% B. So the correct option would be option A. Question number 34. Which statement about a person who is heterozygous for the sickle cell allele is correct? So the genotype would be HB capital A HBS. So option A and C, and they would be resistant to malaria. So the correct option would be option C. Question number 35. A species of insect usually has pale colored wings. This helps to camouflage them on pale colored tree trunks. A few of the insects in this species have dark colored wings. After a number of years, the tree trunks become darker in color due to the environmental changes. The insects with dark colored wings become more common than insects with pale colored wings in this species. Which process causes this change in the proportion of insects with dark colored wings? So option A is biotechnology, which is wrong. Option B is conservation, which is wrong. Option C is natural selection, which is correct. Option D is selective breeding, which is wrong. So the correct option would be option C, natural selection. Question number 36. The diagram shows part of the nitrogen cycle. Which letter represents denitrification? Option A is from plants to animals. Option B is from nitrogen in air to nitrate ions in soil. Option C is from ammonium ions in soil to nitrate ions in soil. And option D is nitrate ions in soil to nitrogen gas in air. So the correct option would be option D. Nitrate ions in soil to nitrogen gas in air is called denitrification. Question number 37. Reasons why bacteria might be used in biotechnology and genetic engineering are listed. Number 1. All bacteria are harmless organisms, which is wrong. Number 2. Bacteria contains plasmid, which is correct. Number 3. Bacteria share the same genetic code as other organisms, which is correct. Option 4. There is a lack of ethical concerns about using bacteria, which is correct. Which reasons make bacteria useful in biotechnology and genetic engineering? So the correct option would be option 2, 3 and 4. Option B. Question number 38. Bacteria can be genetically engineered to produce human proteins, such as human insulin. Which enzyme is used to join human gene and the bacterial plasmid together to create a recombinant plasmid? So the name of the enzyme is DNA ligase. The option would be option C. Question number 39. The bar chart shows the tolerance of some river organisms to different levels of pH. Which organisms would be most affected if the pH of the river decreased from 6 to 5.5? So if the pH would decrease from 6 to 5.5, clams and snails would be affected. So the correct option would be option C. Question number 40. What is meant by a sustainable resource? A resource that is produced by non-intensive farming and is rarely used, which is wrong. Option B. A resource that is removed from a habitat without changing the environment, which is wrong. Option C. A resource that does not pollute the environment, which is wrong. Option D. A resource that is produced as rapidly as it is removed from the environment, which is correct. So the correct option would be option D. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe the video.